Welcome back to training, guys. We have a great ultimate bow blue Chevron class. Bit of a tongue twister. Today we're going to be doing a combination class, traditional work. So we're going to start off by grabbing our bows, getting in our warm-up position. Today it's just going to be a static warm-up, and we're going to be warming up with some spinning combinations, okay? So what we're going to start off with, guys, is we're going to start with some flourishing. So we're just going to be in a neutral stance, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the bow. I'm going to do one butterfly each time I pass my side. And we're just going to go back and forth, making sure that we have a nice, smooth bow rotation. Now, what I'm doing is I kind of move the bow more quickly to my side to get it around, and I'm just kind of doing one butterfly as I go on my hand pass. So I want to make sure I do a nice job clearing around my body as the bow spins. When I was first learning how to do these ones, guys, I'd clip my shins sometimes. The faster I got, you start thinking that you can do this really fast before you've got the control. Next thing you know, you've got a clipped shin. Okay, so we're doing them forward right now. Just going to keep going. This is going to kind of warm up our wrists, warm up our shoulders. Nice and easy. So we want to get smooth. The speed comes in time. So I'm working with my rattan bow today, which it's my preferred bow. It's around 2 pounds, give or take. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, somewhere around there. So that was forward. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on reverse. And I'm going to do it the same way. So instead of the tip leading, it's going to be the heel leading, and it's going to be going in a reverse motion. Clip my shin. So we're going to go up and around as we go up and around, switch, up and around, switch. So every time I do that, the heel is going to be the hand that leads. And it's just kind of like a coordination building one. And the reverse is a little bit more, you have to think about it a little bit more, but it just takes practice and you'll get there. Good. Okay, next one we're going to do is we're going to get into one-handed and then single-handed flourishes. This is just going to really warm us up, okay? I'm just going to get it a little bit of a side angle for you guys. I'm just going to start off. I just like to push the bow to kind of get it started, and I just bring the bow side to side. Now, when I'm doing these flourishes, guys, I like to keep them fairly close to my body, and if you'll notice, when I grab the bow, I don't actually grab it right in the middle. It's just ever so slight. I move it up towards the tip side. Now, the reason I do that is it actually makes the bow slightly weighted on one side, and I actually can spin it faster. So we're just kind of going at a nice steady pace right now, guys. We're not looking for high speed. We're just kind of warming up. So we still want to make sure we have really nice technique. So I always like to keep my hand up when I'm doing this spin. And then I keep the bow as tight to my body as I can without clipping my shins. It happens occasionally, but just want to make sure that we're practicing it so that that doesn't happen. Nice and easy, guys. Good work. No sitting on the couch, just watching, okay? So we want to make sure that we're doing this together as a team. Good. Nice and easy. Should just really trying to be getting the blood flowing. We're going to go to the other side now. And remember, when we're doing these flourishes, guys, it's the tip that's leading, and it's in that figure 8 motion. I don't want to really grip that bow really tightly. I want it nice and loose so that it has that flexibility, that it can kind of just move a little bit more freely. And if you guys are anything like me, I always have to just pay a little bit extra attention when I'm doing that left side. Going left, or going backwards even for that matter on those reverse ones, is a really good one to just kind of, it's almost like muscle confusion when you're exercising, only it's just kind of like coordination confusion. So it just gets you thinking differently on how to manipulate the bow. Good job. Okay, now is what we're going to do. one-handed reverse. I'm going to face the camera face on for this one. And now instead of the tip leading, it's the heel. So if you guys will notice, I really am using my wrists quite a bit. So we don't want to just use brute force. We want to use the bow, the momentum of the bow to kind of do the work for us. All we're doing is it's like we're guiding it, okay? So on this one, we want to make sure that our hand is up on this one too. Just kind of keep it away. And you want to keep those flourishes fairly tight to your body without clipping yourself. So on these reverse ones, guys, I tell my story all the time, but it's my training story so that you guys don't have to encounter what I did. I clipped my head on, I think it was a reverse flourish I was doing one time, or an overhead front strike. I can't remember the strike, but we just want to make sure that we're not getting it too close because you will clip your head. Left side, we're just going to be going up and around and that nice big figure 8 motion. As you get more comfortable with it, loosen up that hand so that it just comes up. And then I want to try to tighten it up a little bit so that it's in there. Good job, guys. Nice and easy. I find for me, guys, that when I'm doing this, the more I practice the left side, the more the right side feels better. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it's always been that way for me in martial arts. So even when I'm kicking or learning a new kick or whatever it is, when I practice with the left side, it's all of a sudden like the right side just feels even more natural. So it's kind of interesting, but I don't know. Share that with me, guys, if you're the same. So we're going to get down into our horse riding stance. Just going to warm up with some more butterflies, get those wrists going. We're just going to go nice and easy. Just focusing on getting a nice, smooth spin when we do that butterfly. I like to warm up with butterflies sometimes, or just sometimes spinning or sometimes blocking. Don't lose your bow. So when I'm doing my warm-ups, I like to try and do it sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, so that it's like I take one section of the class or one section of curriculum and break it down. So maybe for blue chevron, I would take down a section like some of the parries, and then I just break those down and just really work on those. So that's one option that you can always use. Spinning the other way now, guys. That's one option that you could use that it kind of breaks up the structure of warming up the same way all the time, and it kind of gets you learning or retaining as you practice. That left side, I tell you, just takes a little bit more focus. Just want to make sure I keep those wrists fairly close together when I'm doing this one. If you have to look at your bow, that's okay. Try and get it to the point where you can do that hand transition with your eyes closed or not looking at the bow, anything like that. Okay. Shake out your arms. We're warmed up and ready to go. Okay, guys, for this section, we're going to be working strictly on combinations. So what we're going to be looking at is kind of mixing it around a little bit. We're going to be getting lots of reps in, really working on building up coordination on both sides. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to start off with a pretty standard one. We're going to do a push block overhead front strike. Now, we've all done this a lot of times. So what we're looking for is really refining that technique. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a nice solid sweep, push block, step into it, overhead front strike. Now when I do that switch, that transition, I want to make sure that it's nice and smooth and each movement is crisp. So from here, I'm going to rest that up on my shoulder, step forward into my strike. As I step, that hand slides back. I snap that wrist. Perfect posture, perfect footwork is the goal every time, okay? So we're going to warm up with some push block overhead front strike. We want to make sure that we're doing it nice and steady, really solid technique, okay? And together with me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. I'm going to switch sides. If you guys notice, I'm really trying to do a nice job focusing after I do that push block. I get that overhead front strike so that the bow is nice and horizontal on my shoulder, okay? Let's not miss the finer points as we're going through. Together with me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, guys, and 10. Good. Shake it out. Let's fix our uniforms. Good work, guys. Okay. Okay, the next one we're going to work on is going to be a 360 overhead front strike, sweep, overhead front strike. Now, we all know these techniques, so what we want to be doing is making sure that we really break them down, okay? So, I'm in that warrior stance. I'm going to come up. I get the bow over my head, overhead front strike. Notice my footwork. I'm landing in a forward stance. My feet are shoulder width, okay? Reverse sweep, overhead front strike. I'm still sliding that hand back, guys, when I do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 one way, 10 the other, okay? So we're going to get some really good training reps in. You can go back and forth if you want. You can do one side. I like to do one side 10 times, the other side 10 times, so I can really focus on breaking down that technique. If you can, try and find a seam in the floor, or try and stay on a straight line as best you can, okay? It's going to be a 360 overhead front strike. Be here, sweep. 1. 2. Stay with me, guys. 3. If you guys notice, I'm really trying to make sure I get that bow nice and high above my head. 4. 5. I'm trying to make sure I do a nice job, really quick sweep. We want that to be strong. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Lots of power, guys. Everyone should be sweating with me. 10. Now we're going to switch sides, okay? So I'm going to work this way. Now, left-sided, a little slow to start off. Get our balance, okay? And 1. 2. 3. 4. 'Stay with me, guys. 5. Really try. Make sure you keep a nice straight line when you're going through it. Sometimes it's tough, especially on that left side. We're on 4, I think. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, the shoulders are feeling it, guys. 10, 'Shake it out. Fix your uniform. Let's grab a quick water. Okay, guys, next one we're going to work on is going to be from a horse stance. We're going to hold that bow out. So we're going to do a spin, come around, 360, overhead rib strike, front thrust, reverse thrust. Now, when we come around with that 360 overhead rib strike, we don't want to come across like this, okay? So we want that bow snapping in right as we're landing the strike, okay? So we're going to be here, over my head, strike, okay? So don't keep it tucked in that arm all the time. You want to make sure you got a nice, crisp snap as you're coming down into that, okay? So we're going to start off, bow folded underneath my right arm. I'm going to try and stay on that nice straight line again, come around, rib strike, thrust, reverse. Now let's put lots of power into those thrusts and reverse. Okay, and number 2, and go. 3. Get reset. 4. Keep that bow nice and high above our head. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. As I'm doing that reverse thrust, really make sure you're driving a lot of force into it, okay? Last one, 10. Good work, guys. Let's do the other side. Okay, it's going to be here. I'm going to come around, over my head, rib strike, thrust, reverse thrust. Make sure that that thrust and reverse thrust still have a lot of power, okay? Let's fix our uniforms. Get ready. Clear off your sweat. Okay, fold that bow under your left arm. 360 overhead rib strike. Front thrust, reverse. Number 2. 3. 4. 5. Mix it up a bit, go to this side. And 6. 7. 8. 2 more, guys. Stay with me. 9. And last one, 10. Okay, guys, next one we're going to work on is going to be a sweep, reverse, uppercut, 360, overhead front strike. Couple things to keep in mind, guys. When I'm sliding that hand on that last strike, make sure I complete the strike, okay? Don't just not slide that hand back. We want to make sure we're still getting nice, smooth technique, okay? And 1. Good, with nice smooth transitions. Different angles every time for you guys. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'Getting a little dizzy. Got 3 more. 8. 9. 10. Good work, guys. Let's fix our uniforms. Clear off that sweat. We're gonna do the other side. So it's gonna be sweep, reverse, uppercut, 360, overhead front strike, okay? Nice and smooth. If you have to do the left side a little slower, that's okay. This class, guys, is really all about building up coordination on both sides, okay? Together with me. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 'Running out of gas, guys. Last one. Let's make it good. 10. Whew. Good work, guys. Water break. Next combination we're going to work on is going to be a sweep overhead front strike. So this is another one that's going to be that's in bow kata 2. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to sweep out overhead front strike. Now when I'm doing this one, guys, I really want to make sure that that right foot is stepping out. I'm opening up my hips, okay? I don't want this front foot stepping back and then moving in. I'm losing all my reach, okay? So I want to make sure that that front foot, it steps out to the side as I'm opening up my hips, okay? Steps across, I load up, strike, okay? So make sure that you get a nice horizontal bow when you're loading up for that overhead front strike. And as always, my hand slides back, okay? That's going to give me an extra couple inches of reach, and it really adds on a lot of polish, okay? So let's work this through together, guys. You're going to get various angles, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure that sweep's nice and fast too, guys, okay? We can't forget about that bow speed. And 8, 9, last one, 10. Switch hands. Let's do the left side. We're going to work our way back around the room. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Good job, guys. Shake it out. Okay, next one we're going to do is going to be a reverse uppercut followed by a 3-point. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be here, reverse uppercut, 3-point. Let's make sure every 3-point is done with clear definition, okay? Let's not blend any of the technique together. As I said before, guys, this is a real focus on technique class, okay? We're really looking at just hammering down that technique. Nothing's blending together. I'm sliding that hand back. I have nice crisp movements. If I'm using a fibrous wood like a rattan bow, the tip of that bow should wobble a little bit when I'm putting lots of power into my strikes. So, again, together with me, guys, and we're gonna go reverse uppercut, 3-point. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Really torque those hips, guys, on that uppercut. Sometimes it can get lost in there. We want to make sure the uppercut gets technique too. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Switch sides. Shake it out. Fix your uniforms. Breathe. Sensei Nathan getting wiped out, guys. This is every bit as good a workout for me as it is for everyone else. Stay with me, guys. Okay. And 1, reverse uppercut, 3-point. Quick tidbit, guys. I was snowboarding, just got back. My body is quite sore today. I'm trying to power through it as best I can. Every time I'm using this left side, I feel it in my whole side, okay? So that's my training story for the day. Okay, I think we're on number 2. And 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. If you'll notice, I'm trying to get a really nice windmill motion on that bow when I'm doing those uppercuts. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Whew, good work, guys. Another water break. Okay, guys, to finish out class today, students versus Sensei Nathan, we're going to be doing a burnout push-up challenge, okay? So we're going to see how many push-ups we can do until failure. So this is going to be a little bit different than we've done with our 30-second timer. So let's see how many we get. There's no particular number. Of course, I want you guys to all be able to beat me. So we're going to see who can get the high score, okay? So let me know in the comments. Send me a message. I'd love hearing that kind of stuff. So let's see how I do. So we just had a really good upper body workout for our class. So let's see how many push-ups we can do to just kind of emphasize that. So we're going to get down in push-up position, guys. Now, as always, we want to make sure we have nice form. I'm going to be doing the best that I can to keep my back nice and straight. Okay, I'm going to be counting them out as I go. Let's get started. Push-up position. Oh, I can feel it in my tricep already, guys. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I think I got 45. I feel like I can do better than that next time, though. Good work, guys. Let me know what you got. I am feeling it right now. Okay. Breathe in. Exhale. Good work, guys. So, I like push-ups because they work the whole body. So, it's really good for everything. Okay, stretching out. Just back and forth. Nice and easy. Stretch out those shoulders. Just kind of back and forth, guys. I'm still panting. That's a really good workout for me today, guys. Okay, just got a little bit of lower body. Actually, let's go triceps, because we really did work our triceps quite a bit today. Just a nice, easy stretch, guys, and switch. It was kind of hilarious, guys. I was snowboarding with my family, and we went to Banff. For those of you who don't know, Banff is like a really nice ski resort in the Rocky Mountains in Alberta, and we had a great time, and I'm getting pretty decent, so I found this jump, and so I kind of took it and just kind of skipped over and got a little bit of air, and then showed it to my son, who's 12, and he went and took it. He must have got, I don't know, a foot and a half off the ground, and his board kind of like went sideways, and he did a great job. So he took that jump probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. He landed it mostly every time. So it was kind of neat to watch, because you know how kids are, they see something, they've got no fear. So he just went for it, and he did a great job. So it was pretty cool to watch. Good job. Let's just stretch out those quads just a little bit. Good job. And we're going to switch sides. Good work today, guys. That was a really good workout. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's turn to the side. Let's fix our uniforms. Chariot. Guinea. Have a great day, guys.